What's up, guys? It's Jordan with the Laundromat Resource Podcast. This is show number 70. Dang, 70, it just feels like a lot to me. I don't know. Feels like a lot. 70 is like legit a lot of podcast episodes. And it's been awesome so far. And today is no exception. I'm super pumped because today we're going to talk with Domonique Boone, who has a cool business model and is doing some awesome stuff, has a really interesting story and how she got into the laundry business. And she shares that today, drops a ton, like a ton of wisdom. And man, this was like a very, just a very informative, very interesting episode. I know you're going to love hearing her story and you're going to love hearing all the things she has to say. She has an awesome mindset. Feed off of that, adopt that into what you're doing with your life and your business. And man, it's going to be great. A couple quick things before we jump into it with Domonique is number one, every single month lately for the last 10 months so far, this is going to be number 11. Dave, Laundromat Millionaire Men's, and I do a live Q&A. And we got one coming up on the 29th. It's a Wednesday, 29th of September, 2021, depending on when you're listening to this. And it's going to be live. It's going to be awesome. And if you have questions, whether you're trying to get into the business for the first time, or if you own a business and you got questions about how to optimize that business or how to scale out, dude, first of all, I love being in there, hanging out with you guys, answering questions, but there's not too many people who do a better job at that than Dave, Laundromat Millionaire Men's. Ton of wisdom to be gained from those live Q&As, and not just from Dave and I, pretty much an all-star cast shows up to every one of these things. Laundromat owners who are experienced, who are knowledgeable in this industry, and who drop a ton of wisdom in the comment section. So man, it's like a party. In fact, the last one last month that we did on Dave's YouTube channel, this month will be on my YouTube channel. Last month was on Dave's, and he actually hit 1,000 subscribers on that live Q&A. Pretty fun. It was a really good time. You can see replays of that both on my YouTube channel, Laundromat Resource, youtube.com/Laundromat Resource, and on the Laundromat Millionaire YouTube channel. So check those out if you're interested in that, and then join us on the 29th. You can check out more information about that at laundromatresource.com/events, laundromatresource.com/events. That link and all the other links will be on the show notes page, laundromatresource.com/show 70. Again, man, 70 is legitimate. Pretty cool. Show 70. Okay. And also if you're on YouTube, it's the links will be down below. Hey, make sure you subscribe, by the way, if you're on YouTube, and hit that little bell. All right. The other thing I just wanted to let some of you guys in on is I know some of you guys, maybe you have listened to the podcast episode with my brother, John. He and I started a Laundromat resource marketing. We've built a lot of your websites. We've run ads for you guys. A lot of cool stuff. A lot of you guys have, talked with him in various different ways. Just want to give you a quick update on him for anybody who's interested. He is in the process of getting a kidney transplant. Pretty serious. He's had kidney issues since he was a little kid, and things have been kind of going downhill for a little bit. And he's like, kidney transplant is imminent. But anyway, I just want to let you guys know that. And if anybody's interested in more of that or hearing his take on all that, he's got a super interesting YouTube vlog. And I'll put a link to it just in case anybody wants to go check it out. He's really, he's sharing his story pretty raw, pretty real, but also he just has some really interesting ways that he's thinking about this whole thing. And I'm not just saying that because he's my brother. He's actually interesting. He's actually has an interesting way of thinking about it. So anyways, I'll put a link there just in case any of you guys are interested in checking that out, supporting him by, checking out his vlog. All right, cool. Man, there's a lot going on as always. Don't forget, every Thursday I do a live webinar. So make sure you check that out. If that's something that's interesting to you, you can just find that right on the top of the homepage, laundromatresource.com. And we got everything going on right now. The YouTube channel is going like gangbusters. The blog has been blowing up lately. A lot of cool stuff happening over there. You know, the podcast obviously is, I mean, it just continues to grow. It blows my mind. You guys, I mean, dude, so cool. Never in my wildest dreams did I think I would have a laundromat blog, nor when I started it, did I think that it would ever, you know, do what it's doing right now. And which, you know, is number one, a lot of people are listening to it. But number two, you know, I just get messages every single day. I can't even keep up with my emails these days because I get messages all the time from people who are like, you know, Waleed, you know, said some awesome stuff. It's really just changed the way I thought about stuff. Or Ariana, you know, is doing some cool stuff in San Francisco, and I love the way that she's doing business. Or, you know, Dave Mans or Luke Williford or Ross Dodds, or, you know, on and on and on down the line. Pretty much every week I'm getting messages from people about how you guys, laundromat owners, you guys who are coming on the podcast, who are sharing on the forums, you know, who are contributing in the live Q&As and the webinars and all that stuff, you guys have been helping each other out. And that's what this is all about, right? I never created this, nor do I want this to ever turn into just me giving information or me doing anything. What I want to see is us doing stuff together, us elevating this industry, us, you know, helping each other have better businesses. And man, that's happening. And it's so, so cool. I did want to just say one real quick. We're going to get into, I promise we're going to get into it right now with Domonique because it's awesome. So stay tuned. But dude, first of all, Redfin, you know, the real estate website, contacted me, asked me for a little quote about how to get odors out of clothes. Just want to let you know that I gave you guys a shout out there. And I said, hey, the best way to get odors out of clothes is to send it to a laundromat with ozone, or to do a pickup and delivery service with ozone. So I just want to let you know that I'm trying to get business come your way that way. Pretty cool. And also wanted to say pretty cool. I saw some of you guys were actually in the same article, and I think Redfin did a couple different articles on laundry, and some of you guys were in some of the other articles too. So way to go. Way to represent the industry, guys. And, you know, man, keep killing it. Keep, you know, improving your businesses, and man, let's just do this thing together. I'm doing my best to help you guys connect with each other, connect with, you know, the resources that are going to help you take your business to the next level, and trying to drive customers your way also. All right. Just wanted to share that. I thought that was pretty cool to be able to have an opportunity to do that. So, all right, enough of that. Let's jump into it, Domonique, right after this. All right, guys, today's episode is brought to you by Atmosphere TV. You may remember back in episode 34 when Atmosphere TV's Mike Kelly joined me on the podcast. It was an epic episode. If you haven't listened to it, show 34, laundromatresource.com/show 34. Go check it out. It's incredible. A ton of value there. One of the things we talked about is just the importance of creating a good, positive atmosphere in your laundromat. And I was just rereading the book by Simon Sinek, Start With Why. And one of the things that really stands out to me is that people don't make purchase decisions based on, you know, the logic of, you know, any decision that they're making to spend their money. It's more based on a feeling and an association. And so it's really important to create a positive feeling, a positive atmosphere, no pun intended, in your laundromat to help people associate this chore that most people don't like doing with something positive. Atmosphere TV is an incredible way to help improve the atmosphere of your laundromat. And basically, if you haven't heard of it, what it is it has 50 plus channels created specifically for businesses, with everything from sports clips, hilarious fail videos, draw-dropping videos from all over the world. There's automobile channels. There's a ton of stuff. My kids love it, and my customers love it. Atmosphere TV could be a great way to either supplement your cable, or a lot of us laundromat owners are cutting our cable bill completely and running Atmosphere TV. They're designed to be used with no audio, but they also do have an audio option. That way you can kind of design the atmosphere of your laundromat the way that you want it. So get rid of cable, get rid of those news channels that are bringing negativity into your laundromat, and fill your laundromat with positive videos that bring positive vibes to your customers with Atmosphere TV. And if you use the code word, the keyword, the promo code, I don't know, resource promo code resource, then they're going to waive your setup fee. And now everything is going to be free. There's no monthly fee for it. You can use it for free in your laundromat, and it's going to vibe to your atmosphere. So check out atmosphere.tv. I'll put a link down in the description on YouTube or in the show notes. Check it out there. Make sure you use the keyword resource, that way you can get that thing for free. Or if you'd like, email Mike at mike.kelly@atmosphere.tv. Domonique, thank you for coming on the show. I'm super, super excited to hear it. You have like a very, very cool business model that I think a lot of people will be intrigued by. So thanks for coming on. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's my honor, my pleasure. Cannot wait to hear about what you're doing in your business. But before we get into that, can you just give us a little background on who you are and then maybe kind of take us down the journey to what landed you in the laundry business, which is, I don't know if you get the comments all the time, but I get the comments, laundry. And like, I have laundromats, right? Like laundromats, it's so random. Like, who does that? I don't know if you get them, but I do for sure. But tell us who you are. Yeah.
Sure. So my name is Domonique Boone, owner and founder of Leslie's Laundry Care. And we are a mobile laundry and dry cleaning service, including alterations here in Charlotte, North Carolina. A little bit about me. I am a mom, and my daughter's name is Leslie, and I named the business after her to create generational wealth.
All right. All right. I was wondering because I was like, it makes sense to name it after you, but who's Leslie? So I didn't know if you had bought it, originally. I didn't know if you had bought it from Leslie but that makes a lot of sense. Love it.
Absolutely. Yeah. And a lot of people will remember me by, hey, Leslie. And my daughter gets so mad, like, I'm Leslie, but they remember the brand, so I'm okay with it.
Yeah, right. That's right. You kind of stole your daughter's name a little bit.
I know it.
You should just start calling her Junior now.
Absolutely. So
yeah. Okay. So take us back before Leslie's Laundry and tell us a little bit about you and how did this whole idea come about?
Sure. So I received a bachelor's degree from Fayetteville State University.
Nice.
Worked on the Fort Bragg military base for a year or two. Came back to Charlotte, worked for a bank, and really was looking for my passion. I worked for a hospital here in Charlotte, and it's one of the largest hospitals. And I did that for about 8-9 years. I was able to get my master's degree. And after I had Leslie, I was just really on the search for my purpose and my passion.
Mm-hmm.
I will apply for jobs within the hospital. They would say, oh, well, you're overqualified, or you have to know somebody to really get into the hospital system,
Mm-hmm.
And so one day my mom's wash machine broke, and she called and she needed laundry. She needed me to wash and fold her laundry. So I went and washed and fold her laundry. And at the time, Leslie's Laundry Care was born, just really took off immediately.
Really? So it happened. It happened because your mom's washing machine broke down, basically. Okay. All right. So I'm just going to put it out there. First of all, I just want to say you're not alone in this, but looking from the outside in, you said you're looking for your purpose and your passion, and you started a laundry company. So tell me, how does this fit in with your purpose and your passion? Are you there, or is it a stepping stone to your purpose and passion?
Sure. So really during the time I was taking different classes, like sewing classes or just anything I would just take on for 30 days just to see, hey, I may like this. Can I do this for a long time? And it's like I just fell into it. It was just God's plan, really. And I love to wash and fold clothes. I did it all growing up, and it's just amazing how a chore could turn into a full-time business.
Can we just back up for a second? I love what you just said, because you said that you would take classes for like 30 days on a whole bunch of different things, and just to see, you're looking for it, right? And what I love about that is, first of all, I did this, not what you did. I did what I'm about to say. And I know a lot of people who do the same thing. When you're looking for your purpose and your passion, you sit down on the couch and you think, what's my purpose and my passion? You know what I mean? Like we spend a lot of time up in our heads trying to find our purpose and passion, where I think the purpose and the passion is in the action. That's like, man, look at, that's kind of catchy, isn't it? The purpose and the passion is in the action. I like that, man. But I love that you're like, okay, like I'm not going to sit on the couch and think about what my purpose and passion is. I'm going to go out there, experience a bunch of different things. And then I'm going to end up finding it because my mom's washing machine breaks down. But I think that's awesome. I mean, I think, dude, that's a pro tip right there. You know, if you're looking for a purpose, if you're looking for a passion, if you're looking for a business that's going to, you're going to jive with, like, don't sit around and think about it. Don't go talk to other people about it. Get out and start doing stuff, make mistakes, find out you don't like things, find out what you do like, and then find out what fits. I love that.
Yeah, that's the best way to do it, especially now. All jobs are pretty much paying $20 an hour. Even if you have the perfect career path that you always wanted to try something in that industry for 30 days. You can learn a new habit in 30 days. You can get a new business in 30 days. So like for me, that was just my goal. And it just really, everything just fell into place.
Dude. I mean, I got to say, first of all, should I call you Domonique or should I call you Leslie? Kidding. But I mean, Domonique, you're sounding a little bit like a genius right now. Like, I'm serious. Like, I think that we could end the whole show right there. And there are people listening to this right now that just needed to hear that and get into action, and not only that, but there's so many free classes now that you really can try out anything, right? Did you do a lot of in-person classes or online or what?
Yeah. So prior to COVID, I did do a few in-person classes, but when COVID hit, everything was online. So I took as many classes as my schedule can take. That will be 8-week classes, 12-week classes, and they were free, through the city of Charlotte, other Carolina business resources, and just anything that I wanted to learn. And, for me, the structure for your business is very important. So that's the type of classes that I signed up for to make sure that I had a good foundation. A lot of times you could just jump into business and you don't create the structure. And that's why a lot of businesses fail, So the free classes, really, I haven't paid for a class yet. They're all free. All you got to do is just take that step and sign up and commit the time. It may be 2 hours a week, but if you take the time to learn it, then you'll be better off in the end.
Holy cow, man. I mean, I just think that is like, it's going to hit people, certain people, right? Especially if you're just getting started in business or you're just getting started in life, really, right. Or in college or coming out of college or coming out of high school or whatever, or you're in high school. Like, it's so important. And like finding classes, free or pay. I mean, that's awesome that there's free class. I mean, where did you find those? Like,
yeah. So here in Charlotte, our local community college, the Central Piedmont Community College, they actually have a business entrepreneurship department. And anything that you need is a free service to any business owners. So they offer classes every month. Like I said, it's just the time and just doing it and really being committed. Because a lot of times you get in classes, you're like, you know what? I may not want to take this 2-hour class right after work or from 6 to 8, but there is some valuable information. So you just really have to want to do it.
Yeah, man. I think that's awesome. I mean, okay. I don't want to get too stuck on that because I want to get into your story a little bit more, but man, I think that is huge. And what I love about it is that, you went and got your master's, right? And you're still taking classes at, the community college in the entrepreneurship. You're still learning. And, that's so key. Every successful person that I have ever communicated with or heard on a podcast or watched on YouTube, whatever, like they're continually learning. Right. And that is a key component to success. So
absolutely.
Kudos to you. Okay.
Thank you.
So that was awesome. Let me take us back again. And your mom's washer breaks down. She needs some help with some laundry. You step in like a superhero that you are, and you say, okay, I'll do your laundry for you. First of all, tell me about that experience. I mean, did you just go grab her laundry and take it to a laundromat? What did you do for your mom that one time she needed her laundry done?
Sure. So my mom would keep my daughter. It was about less than 2 years old. She would keep her every day. So I would drop Leslie off at her house. So one day I'm coming back home to pick Leslie up from her home. I pick up her laundry. I take it home to my home, wash, dry, and fold it, and bring it back to her the next day when I'm taking my daughter. And so I already had the concept just in the one order that I did for my mom.
Right.
She had a lot of preferences. She wanted like 10 downy sheets and bleach. It was towels, and it was just a lot. So I'm like, okay, if you get a customer like this is how you handle it. But it was amazing. It was an amazing, like, that's how my business run right now, just from that one order.
Yeah. So, okay. Well, listen, everybody I know right now is wondering, did your mom pay you for this, or did she was this like a beggar's got to be choosy situation? I'm just kidding.
My mom gets free laundry all the time.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Yeah. Then I would just pin a little tag on her laundry that says beggars can't be choosers. And your laundry gets clean the way I want it to. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. So, all right. So you did that for your mom. Now tell me, how did that turn into a business? Okay. So like, what did you do from there? Did word get out that you're comping laundry right now? Or like what, how did it happen?
Yeah. So after that, I looked online to see if there was any services that would have been able to pick up my mom's laundry and wash it for her. And no company would come to her side of town or even my job or even where I live. So I knew there was a market, like who's servicing the people, in different, and we live on separate sides of town. So I just did a whole lot of research to see if any companies, and it wasn't. So literally 6 months later, we were on the local news. I put it online. I was taking those classes through the community college CPCC, just to learn how to like market and get my name out there. Social media was very big. I started posting every day, one time a day, and I would get one customer from Facebook and one customer from Instagram every day just by posting one time. And so it just took off like that. And now we're doing like larger contracts with local universities. And so it's just really the grind and the consistency. That's where a lot of people fall off, I think.
Yeah. I think that's huge. Having the grind and the consistency. I mean, with the continual learning, that's the next thing, right? Is just stay. And I think I'll just speak for myself. I think other people can relate to this, but that consistency part, that's difficult, man. And absolutely. I think some people can just really just kind of get in a groove and just be consistent at what they do. And other people like me see shiny objects left and right. And I, doing the same thing over and over. And I'm like, oh, kill my soul, right? I got to be doing something different here. But that's why, I spend a lot of time bouncing around a whole bunch of different things, right? Because I get some momentum in something and then I'd bounce around to something else and all that momentum's gone and I got to start all over. It's exhausting. So
It is. You have to find your groove. Like for me, I work full time. So if I have to be to work at 7:00, I'm posting at 6 a.m. before I even clock in for a long time. So for me, it became, like I said, a habit. I started doing it for 30 days. And like now it's just easy for me. And, a lot of times, like on social media, we're sitting there looking at a whole lot of junk anyways. You can just post one thing out the day that takes a few seconds. So yeah. I guess that's just how I look at it.
I mean, I love it. So you said you were posting on Instagram and Facebook and you were getting like a customer a day.
Yes.
Was that just organic stuff or were you paying for ads or how did that happen?
That was organic through social media. Now Google ads is very big, and I was paying for those. But I mean, unless you really check your analytics, you really don't know if someone found you through a Google ad. It just gives you more of the exposure if someone's looking for your particular service in the area. For example, if someone searched laundry services, I'll pop up first. And so, that was very good for people that didn't know who I was, and you're just looking online. Let's say you're in town for the day, you need something dry clean. Like hotels and places like that. So it just really depends. But that was a big market for me because prior to having a business, I didn't have social media at all. So I had started with 0 followers, didn't even know how to use it. And this was 2017. So, it was definitely a learning curve. And I knew that, but I knew also I didn't have the money to pay a social media marketer.
Yeah.
So
don't tell me you missed the MySpace craze.
No, I was on MySpace now.
Okay, good. The good old days.
Right. top 5, top 10.
Yeah. I wonder if my MySpace is still up there somewhere. I don't know.
Probably nothing goes away on the internet.
Yeah. Nobody go search that because that'll probably be embarrassing. Can you tell me, I mean, I think so, I think social media is probably underutilized by most laundromat owners and most, laundry service providers. What are you posting pictures of, for like on your stuff? What have you seen working and what hasn't worked? Or
I post delivery. So or my bags that you see in the background here. Okay. I post because I'm working in my business every day. I'll just post something that I'm doing. If I'm washing clothes, I'll post how to wash clothes or, just everything that I'm doing. I'm not doing anything extra. It's just, I'm working inside my business every day. A lot of times we give the bags away free to every customer. So everybody wants a blue bag. And so for me, that's just something that has always stuck with my business from day one, is the free laundry bags. And so you just post what you're doing because that's all people want to see, but post something of value. So if you have like your truck, if you have it wrapped, or if you have any promotional materials, and that will help get the word out there.
Yeah, I think that's good. I think a lot of people struggle with what do I post pictures of? Like my washing machine. And I see a lot of people do post pictures of washing machines, which is, I think it's fine, every now and then. But really, I think what works is like you said, people want to see what you're doing, see behind the scenes. They want to see the action. They want to see the people who are doing. They're, who's messing with my underwear, right. Who do I have to show my underwear to?
No judgment.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, I mean, I think that's awesome. And I think that, like I said, I think a lot of laundry service providers and laundromat owners underutilize social media. Like you said, I mean, I think if anybody could gain a new customer a day just by taking 5 minutes to post a picture on Facebook and Instagram, the return on investment on that is pretty dang high. Yeah. Pretty dang high. Good tips. When were you doing the Google ads yourself?
Yes. So I took a class on Google Ads on pretty much how to promote and how much money, you would spend doing it. On average, at the beginning, I was spending about $300. But like you said, the return on investment was like 3 times that just by people finding me in the area. So it's a learning curve. But when you learn it, then it's beneficial. Google Ads and also Yelp.
Ooh, Yelp. Controversial one over there. People love to hate Yelp. But
everybody looks to Yelp for reviews and, services. So
yeah, no, I know. I mean, it is, really good exposure. And if, Yelp has the ability to make or break you, depending on, how you look on Yelp, and Yelp knows it. So they take advantage of that. But yeah, so do you run Yelp ads also?
I don't really do too many ads anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't. But I have in the past. Yes, I used Yelp ads and
Yeah, I have too.
Facebook ads. I didn't really do well on the Facebook ads just because I don't really know my demographics on Facebook.
Yeah.
And that's big. You know, you get like 1,000 likes, but there's no conversions to anyone buying anything from you.
Yeah.
So
you're like, who cares about the fake internet points
right.
of the likes? Yeah. I want the money.
Yeah.
Do some laundry. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, cool. So you, okay. Take me back again. I really want to nail down like how you made the jump from doing your mom's laundry to turn it into a business. Were you still working full time at the time in another job, or were you not working between? What was your situation?
Yeah, so I was working full time at the hospital.
Okay.
10-hour shifts, off on Fridays. I had a really good schedule. So I would wash people laundry literally through the night, like set my timer every hour, washing and folding, and I did that for about 3 years. Year 3, I went full time with my business, which was right before COVID. And so ever since, I always say I should have did this sooner. The 10 hours that I was spending working, now I'm spending in my business, and I see way more growth in the past year than I've ever seen, just because I've had the time. Mm-hmm. And, a lot of times we worry about other things that may happen if you quit your job, but like the time that you can invest in yourself and your dream and like really make things happen is unmatched, from working a full-time job and your side hustle. Mm-hmm. And you are really in the process, you just really have to trust it.
Yeah. That's a scary step to make. What
it really is.
Yeah. What gave you the courage to be able to do that?
A lot of prayer. Yeah. A lot of prayer. And I just had to step away. When COVID hit, my daughter, of course, everybody was at home, and I knew I couldn't do both. I couldn't be a full, all day. I just couldn't do it all. And so I prayed about it, and it was just the right timing. And so ever since, I always tell people, it sounds really crazy to quit your full-time job with good benefits, all that great stuff, but you're going to see greater stuff in the end, as long as you focus on your business. Don't just quit your job and chill. No, you quit your job and you really invest in yourself. The time is unmatched. Mm-hmm. The time is really unmatched, and so I tell anybody, it's, for me, I wanted the freedom. Mm-hmm. And it's going to take time, but if you stay to course, build a strategy and meet those goals, then you'll be fine. I believed in myself enough to leave my full-time job that wasn't giving me any satisfaction to do what I love.
Man, I'm just gonna let that simmer for a second. It's so good. I can't tell you how many people I talk to in consulting calls or coaching calls or whatever, who get up to the edge of that cliff. Mm-hmm. And it's just hard to make that leap, right? It's just hard to make that leap. And like, I never fault anybody for, people tell me all the time, like, oh, I've been thinking about buying a laundromat or starting a laundry service or whatever for years or decades even.
Right.
And, on the one hand, it's like, well, hey, you either got to take the leap or go look for something else.
Absolutely.
But on the other hand, you get it. Like, it's scary and it's a hard step to take for the first time. And you don't know what it's going to be like, and you don't know if you're going to succeed. But you don't know until you try, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. You don't know. It might be everything that you dreamed on the other side of quitting that job, making that first step. You might be walking into a whole new life that you enjoy way more than the last one. You don't know. So I always say, try it. And if it don't work,
try something else.
Like I said, plenty of jobs offered, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. because most people don't like their job. And then a lot of people have a lot of talents, but you don't know how to put it into a business. So it really try that talent for 30 days. If you can do something for 30 days straight, then it's probably a business. But like you said, it's fear, but we can all get through fear.
I'm like struggling to write down what you're saying fast enough because it's so good. Like, it's so good. I mean, you just said, if you can, try your talent for 30 days, if you can do it for 30 days, you can probably make it into a business. And dude, that's so good. I mean, a lot of times I think people get stuck because, we look online, we watch YouTube videos, we read blog posts or whatever. We see ads of all these entrepreneurs who are with their mansions and their Ferraris and all that stuff. And you're like, how would I ever get there? Yeah. Well, the way that you get there is you work 10 hours and then you set your alarm all night long, every hour, to switch over laundry. And you do that for years. And then you finally make the leap and make it a full-time. Like, you gotta, if you don't have the money up front to just, throw $1 million into a business to get it started and hire a bunch of people to do the work, then you got to do it early on. And there's a cultural undercurrent right now in the entrepreneur world that's like, hey, don't trade time for money.
Right.
Well, yeah, that's the goal, but you don't just start that way most times, right? A lot of times you got to work and you got to hustle. I think of, I don't know if you know him yet, but Dave Menz, who's, Laundromat millionaire, and he's somebody who has an awesome operation in Cincinnati. And, he's got a big pickup and delivery business. He's got like 5 or 6 laundromats. He's building a huge one right now. A lot of things going, and he's got a lot of time to, produce videos and all kinds of stuff. Right. But if you go back, actually his book's coming out soon. And in his book, he talks about, the early days, and he was doing exactly what you did. He worked for, I think, the electric company or the phone company or something. And he would get up early and he would go to his laundromat and he would do his stuff there. And then he would go to work for 8 or 10 hours. And then on the way home, he would stop back by his laundromat and do work. And he's putting in 16 plus hours a day for a long time to be able to get to the next step. Right. And eventually, once you've done that long enough and you've learned the lessons you need to learn, that's when you can stop trading time for money.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah. So your story is awesome wisdom in and of itself. And you're just spouting off so much good stuff right now too. So I'm just like super jazzed right now. Okay. So you were posting on social media and you're starting to get more customers. When did you feel like, okay, I really have something here? Was it right away that you felt like that, or?
Yeah, right away, I felt like, okay, people need their laundry done. For me, it was really trying to find my target customer. Like everybody has laundry, but no, everybody is not my target customer. And so I struggled with that for a long time. Initially, it was college kids, but I thought about when I was in college, I didn't have any money to hire a laundry service to do my laundry. I would take it home, but finding that customer, really, it took years to find the target one. For me, I want to do big business. So like larger contracts. And when I say that, universities, hotels, hospitals. So for me, I got certified, meaning City of Charlotte, where companies could say, hey, UNCC can say, hey, I need laundry services done, and they post a bid and you submit a proposal. So for me, that's the arena that I want to stay in, because one, it's a clear understanding to say, hey, this is the laundry that I want done. This is how I want it done. Pick up twice a week. And that's it. I don't want those one-offs. Your wash machine breaks, or you just don't want to do laundry this week. So more the residual income. So for me, I got certified. I have like 6 or 7 certifications to ensure that I'm getting those big bids and I'm able to actually be in the running to do a lot business on a larger scale.
Dude, that's really cool. I didn't even know you could get certifications to do that. That's really cool. I like the fact that you're just thinking bigger, right? Like it reminds me of, in like the real estate world, like you could go out and buy, 50 or 100 single family houses,
right?
Or you could buy one apartment complex that has 100 units, right? And I mean, it's a very similar parallel there where you could go out and do a bunch of residential stuff, which is fine. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. They're different business models. Or you could go get those big contracts and, just make sure you have the volume there. I mean, you could do both too, right? But yeah, going to get those big contracts. That's awesome. I love that thinking.
Yes.
Okay. So you started doing laundry. You were doing it from your house early on. Is that?
Yes. So I was washing and folding the laundry here in my home until COVID. And I knew that I couldn't have individual clothes in my house, keep me and my daughter safe. So that's when I decided to partner with a local laundromat and dry cleaners, meaning we go pick up their laundry, take it to the laundromat, wash, dry, and fold it there, and deliver it back to the customer.
Okay. So are you, all right, tell me a little bit more detail about this. So you're getting, how are customers placing their order, first of all?
We have a website, leslieslaundrycare.com.
Okay. I'll link to that in case people want to come check it out. Or if you're in the Charlotte area, get your laundry done.
Absolutely.
By Domonique, not Leslie. Okay. So they placed an order online.
Yes.
And they're finding your website either probably through Google or through the ads or through social media stuff, right? I'm assuming.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So they place their order online and they can schedule it there. Is that?
Yes. So they'll schedule it to say, hey, I want my laundry picked up on a Monday. Can you come between 8 and 12?
Okay. So they schedule their laundry.
Mm-hmm.
You go pick it up.
Yes.
You take it to the laundromat or dry cleaners. Are you doing the laundry once you get there, or is somebody else doing the laundry? How's that work?
Yeah, so we have staff in the laundromat. So we'll weigh the laundry to see how much laundry they have. And then at the laundromat, they're washed, dry, and fold in the clothes. Okay.
And it's not your laundromat or your dry cleaner, right?
No, we don't have a physical location.
Good. Okay. So I've talked with a few other people. Mark Vlaskamp, previous podcast guest, did the same. He's in Texas. Actually, congrats, to Mark and partners. They just bought their first laundromat location, so they can do their own, which is cool. Okay. Might want to connect with him. I can connect you up with him. He's awesome. Okay. I don't remember what I was going to say. I got so excited about connecting you up with Mark.
He does the same thing as me. You say he picks up the laundry.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, all right. So you're dropping it off at the laundromat and the staff there is doing the laundry.
Yes.
Okay. And then when they're done, how do you know when they're done? Do they contact you? Or do you give them a schedule? How do you do that?
So our turnaround time is 24 hours. So it's always done the next day.
Okay. All right. So then you go back to the laundromat, pick it up, drop it back off.
Yes.
At the house. Okay. Can you tell me, maybe this is what I was going for too. How did you find a laundromat to partner with, and how did those discussions go? Did you have a conversation with them, or you just come start doing laundry there, or what's?
Yeah. So that's a big thing, because you have to ensure quality, Mm-hmm. So for me, when I was searching for a laundromat, I would take my own personal clothes, drop it off at the laundromat as if I'm a regular customer, see how they wash, dry, and package the clothes, see what they use, just kind of see the process. And if I like it, then I'll reach out to them and say, hey, would you like to partner? At that point, that's when we discuss price and negotiate to be sure that we're on the same page. Meaning, hey, if I give if we bring in laundry and you tear up a towel, who's going to be responsible for it?
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to be responsible for it or me? And that's something that needs to be talked about beforehand, because somebody has to ensure that the customer is happy.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, I just made sure that it was good quality, clean environment, well-staffed. And one time I had a laundromat. It didn't work out. The partnership didn't work out because the employees wouldn't read the special preferences, on the customer's clothes. And, you want to make the customer happy. You got to be ensured that things are being done properly. So I would just say, be clear from the beginning, make sure it's documentation always. You want to do a handshake sometime, but sometimes you got to just write it, put everything in black and white, and make sure that it's good quality, so that if my bag, the laundry's in one of my bags, I want you to know Leslie's Laundry Care cares about your, garments, and I just want everyone's laundry done how mine would be done. So if it's not, and I use my laundromat and dry cleaners on the regular, so I know, like, if something is not right, I'll know that, and then we'll have that conversation. But you have to ensure quality. That was really big for me. And also, like, being close. And when I say that, we service all of Charlotte. And so having a central location, like near downtown, is really good because everything is about 30 minutes away. So we don't want our drivers driving from 40 minutes to get laundry. It's not realistic. So that was another thing. Location was big for me.
Yeah, that's really good. Have you gone through multiple laundromats then, trying to find a good one?
At the beginning I did. Now I've been with this current laundromat for about 2.5 years. So that's one of our main laundromats. And we do have another one that we use, but not often, just because of the location is further out. But so let's just say we have two, but our longest standing one is 2.5 years. And it's been going really good. They give us wholesale pricing too. So that's really amazing. So if anyone's looking to do a laundromat or a dry cleaner, make sure that you ask them for wholesale pricing. That would help with managing your mobile side, because there's other expenses on the mobile side that you may not think of.
Right. Like what? Can you give us a couple of examples of expenses?
Sure. Like drivers, you have to pay people for their time, gas, mileage, just to name a few.
Yeah. Yeah, they do add up real quick, and it's pretty easy to not make money with pickup and delivery if you're not careful and you're not being efficient with your business. Okay, so can I back up a sec?
Okay.
I was just thinking when you were talking about all that I should have asked this question. How are you finding out? So on the bigger deals, the bigger bids that you're doing, how are you finding out about those bid opportunities?
So it's a website that you can go on, but they also will send you notification emails to say, hey, this university is looking for laundry services, or they're looking to, it's different industries. So it's not just laundry.
Right.
So let's just say you need 100 shirts or 1,000 shirts and you need them printed, things like that. So it's sent to your email, or sometimes it's referrals. I recently got linked with someone that I took a class with, actually, and this is a part of networking and connections. Someone I took a class with, she is cleaning a hotel and she doesn't do laundry within her cleaning business. So she called me and said, hey, they need laundry services. And it was a connection made. And so that was like my first hotel. But if you think about it, if I wouldn't have took the class, I wouldn't have known this lady, and maybe she wouldn't have called me. So networking. is big.
Yeah. And networking is huge. I mean, whether you're in, college or university, or whether you're just taking classes on your own, or whether you're just meeting clients, all that. I mean, like you said, those are all sources of business. And, I look back on my like college years and stuff, and I think I remember some of the concepts and stuff, but I think the most valuable part of college for me was like who I met in college.
Right.
And I wish I would have been a little more intentional about that. So there's a little pro tip for anybody who's in college or going to college soon. Man, learn, do well in your classes, but put it as much effort into networking, meeting different people as you do into your schoolwork, because some of those relationships will last longer and pay off more.
Absolutely. You're 100% right about that. Some of those relationships, if you just would have, really been intentional about it, but you don't think about it till later,
No, nobody ever told me that. And, to be honest, I'm not sure I would have put a whole lot of weight in it back then anyways, but maybe I would have been a little smarter. I don't know.
Well, I think college teach you discipline.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as the work, no, you probably won't do any of that in your regular life, but it's okay, because the discipline will help you get a business or get another career. So, that's my tip.
Yeah. I think there's some very specialized fields where you probably will use things. Like if you're going to be a neurosurgeon, you probably should, know your stuff, but the majority of class, paths, I guess, would, majors, it's good to know that stuff, but I agree with you 100%. Like that discipline is important because, if you don't develop that, I mean, think about you, for example, like if you didn't have that discipline and that drive, are you going to work 10 hours and then do laundry all night for like 3 years? No. Right. You got to have that discipline, and it's a muscle, right? Yeah. You gotta exercise it, and you got to learn how to use it. And, and when you stop using it, it gets weaker. So,
right. Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. So you partnered with one laundromat, or you partnered with one or two laundromats kind of, but mostly with one. What about dry cleaners? Are you partnered with one or multiple, or how are you doing that?
I have two dry cleaners. It's one primarily, and then another one just in case.
Okay. Yeah. I think that's smart too. That kind of redundancy, that backup there in case something happens, or, the other one gets overloaded or whatever.
Yeah. Because one time actually the laundromat, the water like went out. Mm-hmm. It was like a water break. And, if I didn't have another laundromat, I would have had to tell all those customers, well, I know you was waiting on your laundry, but sorry for you, but having that extra is like, okay, well, your machine's not working, so I'll take it here. So having that backup is always good, because you don't want to be put in a bind. And even with everything going on still with COVID, like some places, if they close down, you want to make sure that you're still able to run your business.
Yeah, exactly. And you definitely don't want to be the one delivering the message that customers have to go to work naked the next day because they're not going to have any clothes. So, yeah. Okay. So you partnered with these laundromats, and I mean, it sounds like things have been going pretty well. You've been doing it for when did you start?
Yeah. So May 2017.
Okay. So you've been doing it for over 4 years now.
Yes.
I mean, what are your plans? I mean, it sounds like you want to go after some bigger stuff. Are you like right now, are you the only person in your business? Do you have other people working with you?
Sure. So we have 2 drivers, and we're currently hiring for IT. Okay. And also like an operations manager. So our next steps, and this is the first time I'm even sharing this, Jordan.
All right.
Our next step is to have laundry lockers, and that'll be coming soon in November. So now we're working on some software, in order to have about 10 laundry lockers. And I can't tell the location yet, but just know that it's coming. Very excited. This is a new step. We're going to be able to scale and just be on a top tier level for our customers to be able to access us. So I'm excited.
That's very cool. Very exciting. And just in case anybody doesn't know what that is, can you just tell us what laundry lockers are and how they're going to help your business?
Sure. So laundry lockers are similar to Amazon lockers. So the same way you're able to pick up and drop off a package in Amazon lockers, for example, a shopping mall, now you will be able to go put your laundry in the locker. We will wash, dry, and fold it. And in 2 days, clean laundry will be in the locker. And all you have to do is just enter a code. So it's going to help our business in a major way. One is that's 10 new customers that we will be able to have. But also have a drop-off location. You know, a lot of times when people call and I say mobile only, they may be in the car looking for my location. And now I can tell them, hey, you can go to this place if you want to drop it off. So I think we're going to be better because we're going to be more accessible for those people that want to see their laundry going in one place. Or you may be on the way home from work and you just want to drop off your suit or your shirt that you got some ketchup on. I don't know, but we'll just have laundry lockers available for our customers.
Yeah, that's super exciting to kind of expand out that way. And I think that'll be an awesome way for you. Like you said, just having physical locations to point people to is huge. But also, you know, just being able to, it's a little bit more convenient, right? For certain customers to be able to just drop it off in that locker whenever it's convenient for them. A little more convenient for you guys to be able to collect laundry in one spot. You can pick up a bunch of stuff at once. Super nice, more efficient. I like that.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. So one question I have for you in terms of the future is, you know, I mean, you're splitting some of your margins with a laundromat and dry cleaner. Do you have any plans in the future to, you know, get your own location or maybe pick up a warehouse or something? Any plans to do that?
Yes. So a warehouse will be more convenient, I think, for me, just because when I think of large laundry, I'm thinking tons and tons of laundry. So I really don't want a retail location where customers are able to come in and do their laundry. But yes, if we had about 2 wash machines and 2 dryers and like a warehouse to start off, that's definitely the next goal.
Yeah. All right. Well, once you start winning some of these big bids, you might need more than a couple washers and dryers.
You're right.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. Well, I mean, this has been awesome. I mean, how, I don't know. How are you feeling about the business right now? Like, are you optimistic? Are you seeing things going in a good direction?
Yeah, I feel really good about it. You know, this will be the first big, really investment that I'm doing with the laundry lockers. Also, we're opening a nonprofit. So it'll be Leslie's Laundry Care Foundation. We'll be helping the homeless in a major way. So that's coming soon. Also, we're currently building a team to basically have a mobile laundromat where we're able to go anywhere in Charlotte and wash, dry, and fold homeless people clothes, and also, you know, restore the confidence, hire them, and just be better for the community. So really, we're focused on the community now because I feel like everybody can make money hand over fist, but how are you helping the next person, especially now and what's going on? So our efforts are moving more towards building a team for our foundation. So the laundry lockers will assist us on Leslie's on the wash and fold part, but for the community, we're gonna need everyone's help in order to help. We're gonna need help in order to help our neighbors.
I think that's super cool. Super cool. And it's, you know, it's cool. Well, I mean, there's a lot of cool things about that, but you know, what's really cool is that when you're early in your business, you have to kind of just be solely focused on your business. And when you have the time and space to even think about starting a foundation, then you're doing stuff right in your business, because there's no time to think about starting a foundation and rallying a community behind a cause when you're struggling to pay the bills every single week. So, I mean, and obviously, the vision and mission behind the foundation is very cool also, but just, the part that we don't think about as much is that it takes a certain level of, I'll call it success, to be able to get to a point to have space to be able to even think about that. So very cool. Congratulations. And also very cool about the foundation. And, as you get more information about that, as it starts to develop, you have to let me know, and I can pass on information to people who might be interested to see how you're doing that, might be interested in doing something different or similar. So yeah. All right. Well, we have a section called Secret Sauce.
Listen up, it's the secret sauce.
Okay.
And secret sauce is basically just like, hey, is there something that you feel like is working really well in what you're doing with your business that might help out other people doing, pickup and delivery?
Yes, something that I'm doing really well, marketing and branding. A lot of times people don't know who you are, so they don't trust you. So you have to build the trust. So I would say,
real quick, can I just talk about the irony of that?
Sure.
Because people think that you're Leslie, but you're not. So I just wanted to point out the irony in people having to know you so they can trust you. But I'm just kidding. Okay, go ahead.
Sure. So you have people do business with people that they love and they trust. So you want people to know who you are, brand everything that you pass out to your customers. When I say that, at least put your logo and a way to contact you, whether it's your website, a telephone number. That has helped me in so many ways. For me, I use my bags. So every customer, I give them a free bag with all my information, just in case they forget who I am. You go into your closet, you see the laundry bag, or someone may be at your house and you say, oh, that's a nice bag. Where'd you get it? And that's word of mouth, and that's free to the customer. So one, find something tangible to give to your customers so they know who you are, and be diligent and consistent about giving your information out. So those are the two secret sauce that I can provide today.
Yeah. I mean, I think that is awesome. And I love, make sure whatever you give out has your logo, which people usually remember.
Yes.
And a way to contact you with, which half the time I think people forget to put that part on, but that's the important part, right? Like they can remember you and they're like, oh yeah, Leslie's Laundry.
Right.
If they knew how to contact them, right now. And even if they Google it, who knows, man, there may be an ad for somebody else and they just click on that and you're done. Right. But if you put your contact information right there, make it easy, help them help you, right? Help them help you.
Right.
So I love that. And I love kind of the virality of that, especially with your bags, right? Mm-hmm. And being a conversation piece and being a tool that, kind of sneakily helps the word of mouth get out, right? Helps your customers promote your business for you. So pretty cool.
Thank you.
All right. Awesome secret sauce. Thank you for sharing that.
You're welcome.
We have another section called Pro Tips.
Pro Tips.
And that is, hey, if there's somebody looking to get started, maybe doing things the way that you're doing them with a pickup and delivery service, do you have any tips that they need to know to help them get started in the right direction?
Sure. So first, I would say find your passion, because there's some days that you're not going to get paid. And if you don't like it, that's going to discourage you. Find your passion, do something for 30 days. If you like it, turn it into a business. Make sure you get your LLC, bank account, do everything that you need to do up front, so it's not on the back end. If you want to do mobile pickup and delivery, I would say make sure you get signage for your car. You know, it wasn't until I put my logo on the back of my car, I made my first like $3,000 just by somebody being behind me, needing dry cleaning services. It ended up being like a golfing company, and they needed tablecloths clean. And the next day I went to go pick it up. And it was just like so easy. Spend whatever, it was like $100 to put it on the back of my car. So invest in yourself. Put signage on your car if you want to do pickup and delivery, and give something tangible to your customer. I don't care if it's a pen, paper, something valuable to your business, or something that the customer can use. If they can't use it over and over again, get a flyer, get something that you can give to your customer, because that helped me early on, and it still helped me to this day. So yeah. And if you have any questions, feel free to give me a call or email. You know, I'm always willing to help because we're learning this together.
Yeah. Well, hold on. We're not to that part yet. I'm going to ask you that in a second. Don't jump the gun. I have one more question before we get to that one. But I mean, that's awesome. And I think that the pro tip advice is so good. And it, you know, it kind of ran through the theme of this, which I love, but hey, like go find your passion, go try things out for 30 days, go take your classes, invest in yourself. And then, I mean, just the practical tip of like, hey, go get a sign, like the return on investment for $100, like bumper sticker, basically,
right? You
know, for a $3,000 order. Yes. I mean, take that all day, every day. Right.
Right.
Yeah. Right. So super good. And then also, I mean, you know, you said this very genuinely and you mean it, right? But it's like really good advice too, is like, go talk to somebody who's done this and who's learned, like, you know, go learn Domonique's lessons that she's learned. So you don't have to go learn them the hard way. And you can start, instead of starting here at the bottom, you know, and learning the lessons, start a little higher from taking some lessons from people who've been there. And then you can make your mistakes going up from there, but you can skip all these other mistakes in between. So
that's very important, you know, because a lot of times people think you're their competitor, even though, yes, you may be in the same space, but like you said, you don't have the same goals. Like I can talk to someone in the laundry industry and they may want every single apartment complex in Charlotte. I don't want that, you know, so I'm going after other contracts. So now we can work together because we don't even want the same customer, you know. So like you said, sharing those lessons and being able to grow, because you know what, I came from corporate America and nobody could talk to me about business because they were employees, and not to say it in that way, but they don't care. Like they don't have anything to tell me about business. So go find those people that's in business that can help you, which means networking. And LinkedIn is best for that.
Yeah. Probably a good place to get some bigger bids too, get some ads going over there too. Interesting.
Yes.
All right. Well, awesome pro tips. I mean, like just spouting off a lot of wisdom today. This is like value packed. Thank you for sharing. All right. Another question before we get to, you know, how people can get a hold of you. Another question is, do you have any resources that you recommend to help people either, you know, improve their knowledge about business or to help them improve themselves personally?
Sure. One book I would recommend would be Good to Great. Atomic Habits.
I love that one too.
And Know Your Numbers.
Ooh, I haven't read that one. Know Your Numbers.
Yes.
That one's probably a lot scary for a lot of people because a lot of people are scared of numbers, but
yeah, I know.
So important. So especially with business, if you don't know your numbers, it's really easy to get yourself into trouble.
Absolutely. The first chapter is pay yourself. So yeah.
That, I mean, it seems simple, but when you're running a business and especially when you're early on, it's a difficult concept to live out. It reminds me of the book. I don't know if you've read Profit First.
No, I'll get that done.
Yeah, that's a really good book. It was really hard for me to read it when I was reading it because I was reading it going through I bought my first laundromat and it was a disaster. I was losing money left and right. And, Profit First is super good book, but it was really difficult to read and figure out how to implement. Yeah. So good resource recommendations. I'll put links to all those for anybody who's interested in checking those books out. I'll put links. If you're on YouTube, they'll be down in the description. If you're listening to the podcast, they'll be in the show notes. That way you can just kind of click on those and go check them out, because I have not read Know Your Numbers, but just judging by the first chapter, I know it's going to be a good one. The other two, Good to Great and Atomic Habits, I probably read every year or every other year. Wow. For those ones, they're both really solid books.
Right.
And Profit First is top notch. Read that.
I'm getting it today.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Yeah. No problem. Well, I almost called you Leslie. It's hard because you got it on your shirt and you got it behind you on the wall and it's on the bag. It's just like messing with my mind right now. And I get your customers now getting you confused, but no, Domonique, this has been incredible. And man, seriously, like so much wisdom. And, speaking of LinkedIn, we just connected on LinkedIn. This is our first time talking. I did not know what to expect.
Yes.
And I have been blown away by you and by what you're doing. And I cannot wait. I'm pretty confident that your business is going to blow up. And I just want to say, don't forget us little people over here. After you blow up, you need to come back on and tell us how you did it.
Absolutely.
Be a lot of fun. So if people, have questions, maybe they want to get started in their area for, a laundry pickup and delivery service, or maybe they just, are jiving with all the things that you're saying here. What's the best way for people to get a hold of you?
Sure. So you can follow us on, Instagram, lesliesLaundryCare.com, Facebook, Leslie's Laundry Care. You can call me 704-898-4892, or just reach out LinkedIn, Leslie's Laundry Care. So Twitter, Leslie's Laundry Care. Pinterest, no, I'm just playing.
About Snapchat? Are you on TikTok? Are you on TikTok?
I am on TikTok. Leslie's Laundry Care on TikTok. TikTok is so much fun. I love TikTok.
That is awesome. So, I just to let you know, people will probably contact you. Pretty much everybody who's put contact information out there.
Each one teach one.
Yeah, I love it. And hey, thank you again so much for coming on. This has been
my pleasure.
Awesome. I'm like super jazzed it's like morning here still. And I'm like super jazzed for the day now because of you. So I appreciate it. And I know a lot of people are going to appreciate you and sharing your story too. And man, we'll definitely have to do some more stuff together and have you back on after you blow up.
I love it. I love it, Jordan. Thank you so much. Have a good day.
No problem. My pleasure. All right. So cool of an episode. Man, Domonique just brought some really cool stuff. I was taking tons of notes and I was writing down quotes left and right. And man, it was just so cool. So again, Domonique, thank you for coming on, sharing wisdom and sharing your experience with us. Very, very cool. Man, hey, every week I tell you, man, none of this even matters. Nice, entertaining story, pretty, feel good stuff there. However, none of it means anything for you and your goals unless you actually do something with it. Okay. So Domonique shared a ton of stuff that you can implement into your life, whether that's different ways of thinking about things, whether that's, there's a ton of stuff, right? So here's my thing. Every single week, I want you to pick one thing and put it into action. Right? Because it's action that's going to take you to your goals. Learning is good as a backup to action, right? As a precursor to action. But if you do too much of that and no action, you're never going to achieve your goals. So pick something this week that Domonique said or did or something from the episode and put it into action. Even if, hey, you know what? Even if it's just being grateful for having 2 kidneys, throwing it back to my brother there. And, we got a lot to be thankful for. So making sure we're finding things to be thankful for, might be a good one. But for me, Man, I don't even care about my kidneys. No, I'm just kidding. But for me, the thing that I'm going to take away from this, I love what she said. And one of the pieces of advice she gave was try your talent for 30 days. You know, if you have a talent or something that you're interested in or a passion or something like that, try it for 30 days and see, like, just really commit to it for 30 days and see where it takes you. Could take you somewhere cool. And man, keep taking action. All right. We will see you on whatever the next thing is, next podcast episode maybe, or we'll see you on the forums, laundromatresource.com/forums, or we'll see you at the webinars, or we'll see you, wherever we see you. We will see you there, and looking forward to it. And man, I love everything that's happening right now. Thank you guys for being so rad. Thank you for getting me, to 70 episodes, because none of this happens without you guys. That's a lot of work to put in 70 episodes, and a lot of time and a lot of effort and a lot of ups and downs, to be honest, emotionally speaking. So very, very cool. Made it this far, and looking forward to a lot more with you guys. All right. We'll see ya. Peace.